Gizmo? Huh. You're back? Already? Oh, that must mean it's Christmas all over again. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, laddie. Welcome. Have a seat. And yeah, welcome back to the channel, guys. So, I've been getting a lot of questions. KH, are we gonna get another season of the Bagabao, Shakakapow Advent Calendar? Are we gonna see what happened to Bagabao? Or Santa? Yeah, I had such plans, but I'm afraid I didn't get to do any of them. So yeah, probably not. I was hoping to do at least one Christmas video or maybe 4 short videos and continue that story. Unfortunately, I didn't get that done. And I was also planning to do 24 comic book reviews and cool comic recommendations for you guys to check out in December, and I had planned to do all of that before Christmas and just have it done and upload one video every day. Easy. Yeah, that didn't get done either. So it's Christmas and I have nothing to show for. No, don't go away. Wait. It's not over yet. I mean, so what I'm thinking is I'm gonna try to do a comic book review every day or as often as I can, and hopefully we'll get to the number 24 by the end of December. So I hope to manage 24 episodes. Maybe some days there'll be 2 episodes, and maybe some days I'll have to just skip or I won't get anything done in time. If you guys follow this channel, you already know that I'm always behind schedule, so you're probably used to this. And if you're new to the channel or you just stumbled in here and you have no idea why you're here, just subscribe and check out like some of the old cool stuff we have here. Bagabao, Shakakapow, ninjas. Okay, yeah. So, on that note, last year we started the comic book reviews with a Batman comic. And I thought, why not do that again? So, today we are going to take a look at Batman the Cult. And this is a very cool, unique Batman story, and it's often overlooked by the bigger Batman comic books from the 80s. And this is, in my opinion, without a doubt, one of my top 10 Batman comic books, maybe even top 3 Batman stories. This is so good. And yeah, so let's just get this road on the show. Coffee over here. So Batman the Cult is obviously by DC. The writer of this story is Jim Starlin. And if you don't know who Jim Starlin is the co-creator of Shang-Chi. He's done a lot of really cool Marvel stuff and some really nice DC Batman stuff. He wrote Infinity Gauntlet. Yeah, so And the illustrator is Bernie Wrightson. Bernie Wrightson did a lot of horror comic books, and the illustrations in this story, oh, it's top notch. Color artist Bill Wray. And this comic book originally came out in 1988 as a part of a 4-issue story. All right, so what is this about and where do we start? This is a very different Batman story, and what I like about the old, as I said, it's from 1988, so you know it's good. All the best Batman and Superman comic books are from the 80s. I mean, probably most of my favorite comic books are from the 80s, or maybe most of my favorite anything would be from the 80s. But, okay, so in this story, Batman gets captured and tortured, terrorized, and brainwashed by a religious leader called Deacon, not Frost, but Deacon Blackfire. He's a shaman, and he's gathering this army of homeless people. So they capture Batman and they brainwash him, and he kinda, for a little while, joins this cult. And this is such a crazy story. There's so much that happens here. And what I really like about, like, if they would still write Batman stories like this, I would still be very much into Batman. People die, so much bad stuff happens. It's dark, it's brutal, it's violent. I love it. You should really check this one out. So, okay. Let's just start. So the story starts with young Bruce Wayne. He's walking towards the Wayne Manor, and it's on a hilltop, and he goes inside, but it doesn't look like the Wayne Manor that we are used to. Then he goes into this cellar, and it's supposed to be probably the Batcave. And there's this door, and this is like a kid Bruce Wayne, and he's like, should I open this? Should I not? I don't know. And then he opens the cellar door, and out pops the Joker. And the Joker has strapped himself with dynamite, and he's like, hey Bruce, why don't we just blow it all up? And Bruce is like, no. And then boom, it wasn't dynamite, and he's like, April Fools. So obviously there's something weird going on, and we see young Bruce Wayne turn into adult Bruce Wayne, and then into this demon Batman with red eyes. And then he's like, I've had enough of this. You're sick. I'm tired of all your crap. People have died because of you. I'm not going to stand for it any longer. And then this is so cool. He picks up an axe, and then he just goes crazy and chops Joker up. Yeah. This is how the comic book starts. And then Batman wakes up, and he's bloody, and he's hanging, he's like in chains in the sewers. So he's been captured, and he's shot, and he's bleeding out, and we learn that he's been there for quite some time. Yeah, so this is how everything starts, and we learn also a lot more about, we get these flashback scenes, and that's how we also learn little by little what happened and how Batman got captured in the first place. And the bad guy, Deacon Blackfire, is a really cool character. And this also proves that you don't need to do another Joker, Two-Face, Bane story. You can have new original bad guys and create a really cool story. So Deacon Blackfire is really a cool villain. And yeah, so he's this shaman, and he's this weird weird guy that is this like voodoo doctor kind of guy, and he's been around for hundreds of years, maybe. And another cool thing is that this comic book, it's from 1988, so it's 2 years after Dark Knight Returns, and you have these news discussions just like you had in The Dark Knight Returns, and it's got some of the same tone as The Dark Knight Returns as well. It's very mature and not for kids at all. Okay, so we get another flashback scene, and what Deacon Blackfire is doing, he's sending his army of homeless people out to kill other criminals, and they're terrorizing the city. Other criminals are disappearing, people are disappearing, lots of weird stuff is going on, and we get this flashback scene with Batman and Commissioner Gordon. They're investigating this crime scene with a lot of dead bodies, and then later on Batman gets into a fight with these bad guys, and then he gets shot by this scumbag, and just as he's about to get killed, somebody stabs the shooter, and Batman, he passes out, but as he's passing out, we see that somebody's dragging him into the sewers. So that's how he got there. Deacon Blackfire ordered his cultists to go capture Batman. And this is where things become very interesting, because he drugs Batman, and he kind of also manipulates, and we have some really cool conversations between Deacon Blackfire and Batman, where he's like, yeah, but your ways aren't efficient. You have to do more. You're too soft, and what they're doing is obviously way more brutal. So he drugs him and brainwashes him, and we get a lot of these really cool hallucinations. And another really cool aspect about this comic book is that this is not the same Batman that you have in later comic books, where he's got a contingency plan on how to take out anyone, including Superman, and he's got like a profile or a strategy on how to stop the whole Justice League. No, this is a very vulnerable Batman. This is just one man and his war against crime. And while you're reading this, Batman's mortality is kind of very relevant to the story and the way things are presented. You can understand that if Batman is doing what he's doing, there's no other outcome than him. At some point, he's going to get killed. He's going to get killed, or worse, and worse is kind of what happens. He gets captured and brainwashed. So yeah. Okay, I'm not going to say too much more. I'm going to just show you mild spoilers. So the second chapter starts with Batman being in a gunfight with Two-Face. And he shoots Two-Face and kills him. And then Two-Face morphs into Commissioner Gordon. And then we see Batman is still kind of, it's very, he's still hallucinating, and he comes back to himself. And he's in this room with the cultists, and they're killing other mobsters, and Batman drops the machine gun. So Batman obviously kills some guy, and that's, you don't see that kind of stuff in newer stories. So did he break that? Like, did he break his? I mean, Batman has killed by accident before in the old comic books, but yeah, did Batman? Does this count as him being a murderer? He wasn't himself, but yeah, this is really cool. I like this. So he killed this guy with a machine gun while being mind controlled, and yeah, okay. Other cool things in this is you have Jason Todd as Robin, and Robin is really good here. And a weird thing is that this was written, and this came out in August 1988, and that's the same time, I believe, that A Death in the Family came out. So, and that was also written by Jim Starlin. So you have the same guy writing this story where you have Jason Todd writing the story where he is killing Jason Todd just at the same, around the same time, which is very interesting. Anyway, I don't want to say too much more. This is such a good story, really cool and very different from any Batman story I have ever read. Dark, violent, gritty, just the way I like it. And just one more thing is that I read this again recently now, but I had read it many years ago. But when I reread this, I kind of I can see how The Dark Knight Rises takes a lot of inspiration from this comic book. There's no way that the movie, Christopher Nolan movie Dark Knight Rises, did not take some inspiration from this. I'm not going to say exactly what happens and what it is, but there are so many similarities and similar situations in this comic book as in that movie. Yeah. All right. Batman, The Cult. Really good stuff. Check it out. All right. So that was our first review. I hope I'll get some more done very soon. Thanks, guys, for dropping in, and thanks also for all the support. We're over 500 subscribers now, so that's really cool. I appreciate you guys tuning in, liking the videos, commenting. Thanks, really appreciate it. Okay, see you guys next time. Shakakapow. Huh? We're done. Oh. Okay. KH.